Welcome everyone to another episode of AEW Dark. Tonight we'll have Matt Cardona continuing his open challenge for his Internet Championship. We'll also see former AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida take on the debut in Evilise, and our main event, we'll see Pentagon Jr. take on the Inner Circle's Sammy Guevara. So we begin AEW Dark with Excalibur and Renee. Welcome everyone to another huge AEW Dark. Tonight Pentagon Jr. will be in action. We'll also have Matt Cardona defending his Internet Championship in an open challenge match. And Excalibur, we have the former AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida take on debutante Evilise. Should be a great night of in-ring action. So on paper, those three matches should be quite something. We get a 62. That's not a bad segment rating, actually. It's probably one of our best segment ratings when it comes to just the commentary team. And it's Hikaru Shida and Evilise that kick things off. And it ends with a 29 segment rating. It ends in 10 minutes. Shida defeating Evilise on her debut with submission after that full metal muffler. Hikaru Shida with a 38. Evilise not far behind with a 35 in-ring performance. Evilise debuting her legitimate athlete gimmick, and it got an initial rating of great. So that's fantastic to see as we try and integrate Evilise now into our current women's division. But looking at that though, the crowd were turned off by having the match outside of the pre-show. So seeing that we're only allowed an hour, just over an hour to do Dark, we're going to have to start thinking more about that. Up next, we're backstage with Marvez, who goes on to say, with me at this time, Shawn Spears. Shawn, welcome back. You've been out of action for quite some time. How does it feel to finally be able to step into the ring once again? I can't wait, Alex. I've been sat on the sidelines for too long, and tonight I return with a win and some championship gold. See, I'm the one accepting Matt Cardona's open challenge tonight for his Internet title. And I'm going to show him and everyone else what a waste of time his championship is. Once I win it, that title is going straight in the trash. Spears walks off, and he gets a 38 segment rating for that. Marvez did not do well without a script to follow, but you just can't win. If I put a script on Marvez, Shawn Spears would have done bad as well, because Marvez was on a script. You know how it goes on TEW. So that match was up next, and it's Shawn Spears that defeats Matt Cardona in 13 minutes after a tiebreaker. Spears wins the AEW Internet Championship title. An absolute shocker. I was a bit against the idea of having Matt Cardona lose his second match here in AEW, but I felt with Shawn Spears returning and him in need of something to do, just adds to the audacity of it all, you know, returning from injury as well. Shawn Spears is in shock. He's actually won a title on his return to in-ring action as well. What an upset. He races up the ramp celebrating like a wild animal. He has no intention of throwing the title away, as he promised in that interview with Alex Marvez. He's hugging it tight. You can just imagine sat on the top of the rampway whilst in the ring. Matt Cardona is on his knees. He can't believe it. He could be heard shouting, no, no. Can't be happening. His second match in AEW, and he's lost his beloved Internet Championship. And our main event of the evening goes on for just under 20 minutes between Pentagon Jr. and Sammy Guevara, and it's Pentagon that defeats Sammy G after a top rope Styles Clash. I'm going to have to change that finishing maneuver. It's a sort of finisher you'd expect at a pay-per-view, not on Dark. But it gets a 67, probably one of our better matches that we've put on for Dark. So I'm happy with that. The match got the crowd buzzing. A bit too late, seeing it was the final match of the evening. Penta with a 68, Guevara with a 58. After the match, Sammy G rolls out the ring and is supported by his Inner Circle brothers, Santana and Ortiz, who were at ringside, who seem a little annoyed. They help him up the rampway as both Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix celebrate in the ring, holding their AEW World Tag Team Championships as AEW Dark comes to a close. So that segment getting a 60 rating. Shouldn't be a bad show overall, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And we have to keep in mind that the Lucha Brothers are the Tag Team Champions. They will be defending those titles against FTR at Revolution in just 2 weeks' time. And we get a 51 for this week's show of Dark. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. We've certainly had lower ratings for Dark, so I'm definitely taking that one. Anyway, that's it for AEW Dark. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join us for the next episode of Dynamite.